Hello and welcome. This series is going to be on the introduction to the fundamentals of electricity. I'm going to have a focus on HVAC, but it would apply equally to physics um, or someone who's going into electronics or engineering. So electricity is the flow of well, first of all, I have this statement up here, which is true, but it's going to be revisited later on. For now, we're going to skip it. So electricity is the flow of electrons from an area of high potential to an area of low potential, just like how water will flow from a higher area to a lower area. So electrons are said to have charge, and they repel one another, and they are attracted to protons. So protons have a positive charge, electrons have a negative charge. Negative and negative repel, negative and positive attract. If there are two particles, and one has a higher concentration of electrons than the other, the tendency will be for the electron concentration to move from the area of higher to lower density. So I just drew a little diagram here. You've got two particles. And this one here, I've drawn the negative to represent the electrons and the positive to represent protons. You can see on the left here, there are more, relatively speaking, more electrons than protons. And on the right, there are fewer electrons compared to the ratio of electrons and protons is smaller. So you can see that the tendency would be for the electrons to move over to from the left to the right here. And they would move through, I didn't write it on the paper, but they would move through a conductor. The amount of electrons moving at a given time is called current, and it's measured in amperes, or amps. We usually just say amps, right? So if you have, the speed at which the electrons flow is called potential difference or voltage, and it's measured in volts. Okay, so like we have a 1.5 volt battery, or like in the house you have 115 or 120 volts. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about how fast are the electrons traveling through the wire or through the appliance, whatever they're going through.